Okay, hello everybody and welcome back in to the TypeScripting time. I see that audio is working this time, so I can switch that off. Perfect. So avoiding all the issues from last time and the last few times, let's say it like that. I'm of course trying to improve, and in that sense, I did a lot of audio checks as well as have now a checklist of how to start my stream. And get it into a position that you guys can hear me clearly and crisply. Besides from just my regular talking, like there's no robot voices. And yeah, so that seems to be working. We are going to continue with our with where we stopped last time. This time, so actually the last two times, we tried to develop kind of an app for Twitch chat where we are able to do DnD fights essentially. So people can try !ambush, !join, !attack, and so the !ambush spawns a new monster, which then starts to attack the people in the chat. And of course, the people have HP, the monster has HP, and people can start joining the battle to join the party and attack the monster if they want to. They can also just get beat up, but I suppose nobody actually wants to do that. So that's where we left off. We are currently kind of, so this is basically all possible in the front end, and we did that in our episode 2. And currently we're continuing in the persistent direction. So we want to make this kind of meta game that spans multiple episodes of the TypeScript tea time, ideally kind of a constant thing. And for that, of course, to have persistence, we have to have some kind of backend in a sense. And that's what we're currently developing with the help of JavaScript, with the help of TypeScript, with the help of Express.js, with the help of NestJS, and with the help of Mongoose. Last time we learned a lot of Mongoose. We had a few terms like the Mongoose schema, which is just the form of the data. For example, an adventurer has a username and I think experience as well as a level currently. So we can always validate that whenever something goes inside of the MongoDB, it actually has these properties. Other than that, we learned, so that's the schema. Then the schema consists usually of, which is essentially an object which has properties, the schema properties. These schema properties have specific configurations. These are called schema types in Mongoose terminology. Then all of this whole schema gets fed into the model, which is the actual collection plus all the Mongoose abstraction of a MongoDB collection, which does validation and so on. And yeah, we can also like do the regular collection stuff like finding objects by ID, finding objects by matching some parameter, or inserting or updating data inside of the collection. So that's the model. And the specific instances of the model are the documents, which are not only the JSONs inside of the MongoDB, but also the Mongoose abstraction inside of our code at runtime in JavaScript. And I think that's about it. So schema, model, as well as documents are the most important terms. So we did that last time, actually on the first episode, and last time we added validation on top of that and uniqueness for the username, for example, because we never want That's our unique identifier to map people on the inside of the Twitch stream to people inside of the database, or adventurers inside of the database. And then we did also some, whenever we get an error, duplication error, when we actually have a second username, we were able to, in like 10, 12 minutes, I think, expose this duplication error, which is a MongoDB error, as 422, which is like HTTP 422, which is an error which I forgot again. Let's find that out again. Do we? So HTTP 422 unprocessable entity. We kind of had two options. We could have gone with a 409, which is conflict, but as I think GitHub was it, GitHub is going with the 422 unprocessable entity. So it says the server understands the content type of the request entity and the syntax is correct, but it is unable to process the instructions. Let's say unable to process it completely. In particular, the client should not repeat this request without modification, and that's our most important property of this 422 error, which is why we decided to do that. Today, I think we kind of take a step back. So we got essentially our way from saving something via the API into the database and getting it out. And we know it has the right form thanks to Mongoose, but we can do it slightly better, which is an abstraction on top of Mongoose, which is called TypeGoose, kind of the TypeScript version of it. This one, define Mongoose models using TypeScript classes. Actually, we define the Mongoose schema, but well. And yeah, so what we would usually do and what we actually did. Gusto, welcome back into the stream. Nice to see you again. How was your day? I'm already kind of, so far what I did was review what we did last time. And today we're kind of taking a step back and securing what we already have with the help of end-to-end tests, which abstract away most of the stuff that we have, and then refactor it into TypeGoose. But yeah, because that's the nicer way of handling Mongoose with the help of TypeScript. Long day, but ready for the long weekend. Yeah, it is a weekend, right? So yeah, hope you have your hot beverage ready so that you can kind of chill out now, enjoy the stream, and relax a little. And yeah, of course, enjoy the weekend, because so here in Germany, for the people who don't know, we have like today is a holiday due to Christian holiday, and some companies, including mine, they offered to make like kind of a bridge day for Friday and just give people off, which is pretty cool. I definitely enjoy that little gift of them. Yeah, so like a 4-day weekend, right? Ah, that's nice. That's nice. Enjoy. So yeah, so today I would like to start with end-to-end testing, and then we refactor into TypeGoose. Reason for that being, so why this direction and not do it the way around, is that with the help of the end-to-end tests, we can ensure that at least to a good enough degree things are all right in the current state, because currently they are all right. And then after we've ensured that everything is all right, we can change things and just let the end-to-end tests run again and again and again and again. Whenever we change something, make very small steps, but always bring it into a green state. And with that, can be fairly sure that after everything is green again, we have the same state, or at least an acceptably similar state to what we've had before. So I don't know about you guys, to be honest. I think this is more readable than the preview. So I just look at this. End-to-end testing in... Yeah, so let's dive right into it. I think this is enough for today. And if we really fast, let's discuss the next steps. Yeah, so today also I would like to get your feedback. On the one hand, I have the VS Code full screen mode, which you can enable like this, toggle full screen, or just hit F11. And other than that, there's a screencast mode, which for pair programming is pretty cool. I don't know how annoying it is at this point. Particularly if I'm writing inside of the console, it might be too much to have this. But it can also be pretty cool. In particular, you see what kind of shortcuts, keyboard shortcuts people are using. And that can be, in terms of pair programming, can be pretty useful to teach each other. But before we dive in, let's fill up our nice cup. So Kusto, what is your current drink? I still need to know. I have, as usual, my cup of green tea, freshly brewed, right before the stream, and all the audio setup that I did. And yeah, we'll take my first sip now. Nice. Right, now I'm drinking orange ginger tea. Ooh, that's very, sounds very healthy to be honest. I like it. I like it. Sometimes, if I'm really lazy, instead of making actual like fruits tea, I just take the organic drink that you can Tetra Pak that you can buy in the supermarket here, and you kind of make like 3/4 of green tea, and on top of that you put in the strong apple juice or the strong orange juice, and you essentially have orange tea without doing much. And it has caffeine plus orange taste, or apple for that regard. So let's dive into it. End-to-end tests with NestJS are pretty cool. I don't know how our setup currently is, but if we are lucky, we have this end-to-end test folder here. Let me close the node modules. Nobody ever wants to see the node modules. So we have this test directory by default, and so the test directory is for the end-to-end tests actually, and inside of the source directory, right next to the actual file, like for example the controller here, we have the .spec files, which are not end-to-end tests, but more like unit tests, kind of unit tests. But we want to go for the all-in right now, and that's where we go into end-to-end tests. And NestJS, that's a pretty neat cheat code. That you call it a cheat code. So NestJS comes with Supertest, which is a nice little library for making end-to-end tests. Dropping that here in here, and Supertest instead of well, we don't want to unit test stuff, right? We instead want to test the whole app. So we want to send HTTP requests and receive HTTP responses, and but still doing some more stuff if need be. And yeah, NestJS as well as Supertest allows us to do that. So in the very basic form, for example, we have a GET request here, which simply gets, so it does essentially the same as this. Open this over here. So it essentially does get HTTP : // this is not visible, localhost 3000 / finish, and then it sends that request. Of course, it has to start the app, and here we actually start the app, the NestJS app. It is, let's say, 98% actual end-to-end testing. Not 100%. There are some weirdnesses, in particular if you work with dates. Some get automatically converted and others don't. I don't quite understand myself, so I should at some point dive into that deeper. But other than that, yeah, this basic setup, it uses some stuff from NestJS to create the actual app, essentially, and then it initiates that app. Usually we just import the app module because that's our top level module, and everything else is just coming after that. So this pretty much never has to change for our end-to-end tests. And yeah, then we run with the help of Supertest this GET request. We expect that it uses fluent interfaces. It expects that HTTP 200 is returned, and it expects that the body is the string hello world. So let us maybe start the app for a second. Okay, I'm in the wrong directory. cd server s. Now we run yarn dev. Connection refused, the Mongo network error. So it failed to connect to the server on first connect. Okay, 27.017. MongoDB might not be running. Let me see. Last time we set up a Docker container, apparently that's gone for whatever reason. Can I just Docker container start Mongo to restart it? Docker ps. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I think we were clever and set up a Docker start db command here. So now this time we can start the server and we can run this HTTP request. So this would essentially be the same as if I type it in the browser. So it cannot get \, and that's probably because we've removed the app module. Okay, it's kind of getting confusing here. So the app controller, for whatever reason, it's 1 here. So it should restart it. We can now go to test again, to the HTTP requests again. Cannot get backslash. Did I miss something? So it's not like we really want to test this, but nevertheless. Because this is called users or whatever. Okay. We want this to be the root. Do we? Yeah, we want. Just for the sake of demonstration. So this time it worked because I've adopted the app controller to show that. This time it worked, so we got back an HTTP 200, which is just everything's fine, success, okay. We got the payload get hello, and that means if we run this test here with the help of, let's see, there's probably a command for this, yarn test end to end, okay. And it runs this with the help of end to end. Couldn't find package.js. Jesus. See, server. Yarn test end to end. It runs this with the help of jest, but inside of that is the insertion library. It also it uses super jest. We see one interesting thing here. Jest did not run, did not exit 1 second after the test run was completed. This usually means that there are asynchronous operations that won't stop in your test. Consider running -detect open handles to troubleshoot these issues. I already know why this happens in this case. The reason is that our database gets set up, but it never gets shut down. Because, as I said, even if we just test the route /, which is inside of the, which essentially does pretty much nothing, the complete app gets set up. And if you remember, we do have this adventurer module as well as the database module, and both of them get imported and therefore completely set up. And the database connects, of course, to MongoDB, and the shutdown is not actually handled inside of our test. So we can, as just suggested, we can detect the open handles, and then we should see that the MongoDB is actually still running, and therefore, yeah, TCP server rep. Yeah, let's see how we can fix that. So we need to fix it inside of here, and what I want is after all. I think this is the point where we actually start fiddling around with some configuration, to be honest. Because do we actually want to run it against the database, or do we want it to be slightly faster? And I would say, because it sucks to always run a complete database, it's very heavy. We all have to start the separate Docker container just to run the end-to-end test. Therefore, I would suggest we instead go for MongoDB. What's it called? In memory, or memory server, I think. Memory server, which is essentially a MongoDB, or it aims to be, let's say, a complete MongoDB, but it does not actually persist anything. It completely runs in memory, making it very fast, like similar to Reddit. But on the other hand, it's not persisted, actually. So it's not actually something that we want to use inside of production, probably. Particularly, it aims to be very close to a complete MongoDB, but it does not support everything. Most likely, at least, because it's an open source project instead of the MongoDB. There are, however, a lot of people using it and a lot of contributors. But what we can do with this is essentially eliminate the dependency on the Docker container MongoDB, and with the help of that, run our tests way faster. And without the extra setup. So I'm going to install that. Let me see. npm MongoDB memory servers. Thank you. So TypeScript comes within, so we don't need to do anything. Did I use yarn or did I use npm? Oops. We have a yarn log file, but we do not have a package log file, so we probably did this. And I do want to install it only for development, because we're only going to use it inside of development. So this is the end package. Come on. Setup is fairly straightforward. Where's the actual quick start guide? Here we go. We essentially just do this, and then we can get the URI, which we then have to inject inside of the Mongo, inside of the app. I'm still not sure how we do that, but we will figure it out. Let's see. So what I want to do is, let's see how we actually set up our database. So we have a database provider and we have the exports. Here we essentially just hard code our database connection. And that's something that we have to change somehow, because we don't want to have this hard coded. We want to inject this Mongo memory server URI. So let's maybe start with setting it up inside of here. So what do we want? Before each. Can actually do it before each, I think, because it's fast enough. So we start MongoD with the help of the memory server. For whatever reason, we do not have auto completion, but I can just copy and paste this. That's simply enough. And then we get the URI. And this URI we want to inject inside of this app module, which we have to find out how to do this. But other than that, we also want to have after each, and inside of here we want to probably asynchronously stop the instance. Wait, async MongoD, and then we move this one out. And then we get the URI. 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 And then we get the U so. And what does it return? It returns a Mongo memory server. Like so. Cannot find MongoDB because it's MongoD. MongoD stands for is the server usually. MongoDB consists of two parts. One is MongoD, which is the server. D for daemon, which is just background service essentially, as well as the client, which I don't know. I think it's called Mongo client, I guess, most of the time, which is on the client side, obviously. Okay, so we can call this MongoD. We can also call it MongoDB. I think I'll call it MongoDB because I'm more used to it. Like so. So this way we set it up. Now we have to inject it. And for this, I think we have to go slightly larger ways out of our ways here. Did I post the link? Yeah, I did. Okay. Spitest. We can close these two for a second. So NestJS inject test inject MongoDB URI. Probably something somebody did something on it. This looks promising. In memory. So yeah, they do it similarly. What they do now is root mongoose test module. Providers. Yeah. So I think they use NestJS mongoose, which we did not use. Or did we? No, we didn't. For whatever reason. But we will use something similar soon. But before we do that, I would like to. Oh, yeah, okay. That's already it from his side. Let's paste that in our list, just for later reference, because I think we can use it. Do we need a configuration service? That sounds ugly. So one of the I think we can put in a database provider. Can we? Sorry, NestJS override provider. So, oh, cool. This guy has the same issue. He wants to use an in-memory Mongo instance to mock data for testing purposes in his NestJS application. And for this, he has essentially the same stuff that we do, because he also probably followed the recipe. But now inside of yeah. Let's see how they do it here. Apparently, there's also something in the docs. Okay, we can use .override provider. We remove this probably. We do .override provider, and we have to find the database provider, which is called provide database connection. And I think we can do, let's see. So this is the code that we have. We want to override this provider, which is identified by this token string here. And we want to use a factory, which is, I think, a function. Factory. Yeah. And it's a function that returns essentially this here, right? I think up. Oops. I think we can do this. So mongoose.connect, and then instead of this here, we give this URI, and it still has to provide the same stuff. Fine. Of course, we have to import mongoose to do this. So are the amount of brackets correct here? Where's my mongoose? Mongoose, where are you? Say something. Oh, there you are, mongoose. Is mongoose actually an animal? I mean, a goose is an animal. Is a mongoose? It's actually an animal. Oh, it's an ape. I didn't know that. I always thought they are talking about goose or geese, like these guys, the worst enemies of everybody. It is an animal. Yeah, I always thought that it's kind of a specific kind of goose, but it's not. You guys probably use the know the Untitled Goose Game. It's like hilarious. I love it. I've never actually played it because I don't have a Switch. It's apparently available also for PC. I didn't know that, but I want to play it, to be honest, on Switch. Just because, I don't know, it feels like a Switch game. But it's like hilarious. And so there are goose in the area that I live, and I do remember particularly because I lived in the countryside. I grew up in the countryside, and people used to have goose, or geese is the plural. And damn, if you have a dog, a watchdog, nothing can beat a watch goose. Seriously. They are the most angry animals on the planet. Yeah. They are really, seriously, the most angriest animals on the planet. So yeah. And a good way if you want to get rid of any burglars and so on. So this didn't quite work. The function is declared type is neither void or not any must return a value. Wait, and we want to because I don't want to await, I just want to map it to this object. There we go. So that's our factory, and maybe that already solved our problem. So what we do now is instead of choosing this database provider which connects to the actual MongoDB, we instead connect to this MongoDB. Let's rename this in memory MongoDB URI. Yeah, that's called MongoDB URI. Yeah. Do you guys have a Nintendo Switch or any consoles that you like to play? Yeah, so it will now connect to the MongoDB in memory. And now we should have gotten rid of the open handles error. I think it worked. Did it? Somehow it's still doing stuff. Deprecation error. Current URL string path is deprecated and will be removed in future versions. That's fine, is it? Wait, why do we get this error? Is this on here? Binary instance spawn. No. I think it worked. For whatever reason, it also took like 38 seconds. That's weird. That's weird. Well, the test was super fast. So it spun up the MongoDB server. It also spun up our actual application here. And the test ran in like 3 seconds. But for whatever reason, it took like another 35 seconds for it to shut down, which is weird and not what we want. We want tests to be very fast. And there is still an open handle. Why? We do say stop. Probably we have to wait app.close. Uh-huh. Does it work? Just did not exit 1 second after the test was run. It also is not working still. What else is missing? What is missing? Do we do anything else? Mongoose connection maybe? Mongoose dot. Why is there no typing for Mongoose? Why art thou not typed? Wait, what? Where does this Mongoose come from? There, I think it should be a parameter here of the factory. Shouldn't it? Mongoose. Does it take the globe? Wait, what? Does it take the global here? That's weird. I wouldn't have expected that. Well, let's for once do this console.log just to see whether it's currently running. I am doing bad things. And run the tests again and see whether we get errors. Yes, we do, because the syntax is wrong currently. Expression expected. Wait. Comma. There's a comma. Okay, this comma is wrong here. Try again. Sorry. Yeah, missed the message here. I thought there was the one chasing snakes. Wait, what? The mongoose, the animal. mongoose animal. Let's learn something about mongoose. They are small terrestrial. I like that they are terrestrial. It would be it. I'm curious whether there's a Wikipedia animal article about extraterrestrial carnivorous mammals. And apparently they also have herpes. It's not so nice anyway. Do they have snake something? Oh, how the mongoose can fight the snake. They survive the venomous snake bites. Seriously? Mongoose are one of the least of at least 4 known mammalian taxa, whatever taxa is, with mutations in the receptor that protect against snake venom. Seriously? Maybe we should humankind should use this so we are protected against snakes, which are, after all, generically, I think, one of the 2 things that people fear the most. Whenever people enter a room, there's an instinct, or like a lot of people have the instinct of checking the corners for like small like black and dark spots, which is, well, of course, spiders. And a lot of people have this. I cannot stand it. I'm currently actually checking my corners, and you probably do too, now that I talked about it. And I think there's also something in that direction with snakes, because, well, they are pretty pissed if you step on them, and they can really hurt you. And generically, things have turned out to be bad for us if we do this. So apparently this provider is not wrong, I think. If we remove this factory, then we should see that bad thing. Yeah, I am doing bad things. Perfect. So our overriding of the database actually works. In that sense, I am still curious why we do not disconnect here. Does mongoose do something like that? .connect, .disconnect? Wait. So let's see the order of these. It should be, first we disconnect from mongoose, then we close the app, then we stop the memory server. Stopping the memory server is last, definitely, because it just exists inside of this this test. I'm not 100% sure which direction we should choose here. I think it doesn't really matter, does it? Because there should be no open handles, which when we disconnect from mongoose, make the app break. Or maybe do it like this. Yeah, I think this should be fine. I hope. Actually, we should do this on the app level, right? Disconnecting from mongoose if we shut down. They're pretty badass, the mongoose. Cool. Yeah. Learning some biology here as well. Who would have expected that? Let's see. NestJS shut down mongoose. Closing connection after use. Test runner cannot exit. Okay. That's pretty much what we did. you should close the Nest application. That's what we also did. What we want, we have lifecycle events. Here we go. I think that's about it. Lifecycle events. A NestJS application, as well as every application element, has a lifecycle managed by Nest. I should learn to read. Nest provides lifecycle hooks that give visibility into key lifecycle events and the ability to act, run registered code on your module, injectable, and controller when they occur. So the interesting part here is we have the provider. Thank you. Do we have something on here? No, we do not. NestJS type provider. Custom providers. Custom providers, dependency injection, do stuff. Standard providers, custom providers, value providers, use value. Can we type this? I want to type this. The database providers. Let's see where it is used. Inside of here, it's a provider. Okay. Come on. Up. Provider array. And provider is coming from NestJS common. And that should be about it. Yep. Okay, it's interesting. We are going to remove all of this later on, but nevertheless, do not have anything here. Then in that case, do we have to go to the module? On the module, we have on application boot, we have on module destroy maybe. How do we use this? Termination secure before application shutdown. For each module, await child controller and provider before application shutdown methods. So a provider has before application shutdown method apparently. Before application. Maybe we should implement module. Module? No. Module? Come on. There should be a module interface. Or is it iModule? Ah, because it's module here. Okay, let's just copy this one. On application shutdown, we want, how do we actually do this? Or can we just provide it here? No, we cannot. Inject, use value, use existing. So let me revert these changes that I've did here. By the way, one cool thing that I wanted to show you guys is this. If you hover over it, you now see inside of VS Code the diffs, which is pretty rad. So no need to do the Ctrl+Shift+G comma anymore to see it. You can just hover over it and then see, so that's what changed. Like, yeah, there we go. And I think they've only added that just in the newest version. Useful stuff again. I'm always amazed at how VS Code is still improving even if it's already, even at this, let's say, elaborate stage, sophisticated stage that they are already on. So let me find out how this should work here. On module init, await this point fetch. They're pretty badass. Yeah, they are. I still love I'm still curious whether this, so inside of JavaScript, you can write add TSCheck at the very top inside of JavaScript, and it then uses your JS doc to provide type checking, which is pretty rad if you have a legacy project. And I'm still curious whether that's a feature of just VS Code or whether Atom and so on can support that as well. Because, well, VS Code is from the TypeScript makers and from Microsoft, after all. And I think a lot of features actually on the TypeScript repository are actually VS Code features, and they collaborate a lot. Maybe they even share the same people, or partially. Yeah, and that's definitely for TypeScript support, of course, a plus for VS Code compared to other providers like Atom and Sublime and so on. Nevertheless, all of these projects are also amazing, I gotta say. On module init, on module destroy, app enables shutdown hooks. Oh, this is definitely something that we have to do. And then still unsure. Oops. About. Oh, I removed the provider. Provider array. Oops. Wait, what? Typo. From NestJS common. So that one we do want. I still don't know. NestJS lifecycle provider. Life cycle? Nothing? No? Provider? Come on, can do it. Usage. Each lifecycle hook is represented by an interface. Interfaces are technically optional because they do not exist after TypeScript compilation. Yeah. Nonetheless, it's good practice to use them in order to benefit from strong typing and editor tooling. Yes, in fact, it is. To register a lifecycle hook, implement the appropriate interface. For example, to register a method to be called during method initialization on a particular class, so we have to provide to refactor and to provide a class, I think, on module init interface by supplying an on module init method as shown below. Oh, okay. I see. I see. All right. Question to you, guys. What do we want to do? So if we want to do the shutdown on the provider level, we have to make this into a class, which is probably fairly straightforward, but we still have to do it. But I can tell you that we will throw away the provider anyway, and instead use like the NestJS way of doing Mongoose or TypeGoose, in fact. TypeGoose is not an animal, right? TypeGoose, animal. Nah, it's not. Too bad. They should have. It would be amazing if this would also be an animal or something. Anyway, so question to you. Should we do the provider, the custom provider, or shall we just ignore it and move on and then throw out everything anyway? Is it shutting down now? Yeah, this time it is. Okay, and it's only doing 3 seconds. Whew, we did. So, question, Chad, I need your help here. In the meantime, I can already stage most of this stuff as far as I remember. Yeah, all of this looks nice. We can stage it and then say, so test number, oh, okay, we are in episode 9, but actually episode 7. So let's do it like that. Test, and we have get backslash, end-to-end get backslash. Do it the next NestJS way. So yeah, you mean without the provider? Yeah, I think that's fine. Writing a custom provider is also probably not too complicated, as long as you follow the as long as you follow the stuff. The only difference, so we would write a function, a class, and then use this class, and then just write database provider right here, and that's it. But yeah, let's not do that now. So we now have our initial get set up. From now on, we can do the actual fun stuff and actually use the database, which comes with our adventurer controller, and we have a post here, and we have to post it to /get. So adventurers, let's maybe, do we need this? No, we don't. Let's remove that. That should be exactly the same still. It failed. Yeah, okay. That's because I changed this one. But other than that, it still worked. So, cool. Thanks for your input. So, also welcome Commander Root to the stream. We are building a NestJS app with the help of Mongoose, and actually, we've already built one very simple one for a DnD game that we are playing in the chat, and we're now at the point where we move from our self-written Mongoose. We could step up and use the NestJS Mongoose module, but we actually want to move one step further, which is moving to NestJS TypeGoose. But before we do that, we want to save the progress that we've made, secure it with the help of some basic end-to-end test scenarios, and then move over to TypeGoose. And in the meantime, just have the nice feedback loop that comes with having tests. So let me do this here. Describe adventurers, /adventurers, and move this inside. Then we want to get adventurers, and it should be just an empty array. That's what we expect, right? Let's see. I think we can also do something with like --watch here, so we don't have to rerun it again and again and again. Yeah, that worked. So that's our first route. Can I push this to the right side somehow? Pull this out, push it here. No, come on. Why not? That's too bad. Can I? There should be array, right? Google VS Code terminal to site. How to move a panel to the right side. Can I right click? No. Move panel right. Okay, there we go. Upping our game in here. So now if I save, this runs again. We see immediately everything is working. Amazing. We can also close this one out because we don't really need it. But well, it's fine. I think it's nicer if it's slightly in the center, right? For you guys. So let's do dit. We do get should return an empty adventurers list. So init get it initially should get an empty adventurers list. An empty list of adventurers. Okay, something like that. Then next up is it should create an adventurer on post. In this case, we want, let's see. So we want get, no, we want post. We want to set the header, which is content type, I think. And we want it to be, I think it's written small, right? Application/JSON. Is content header? No, content type, I think. It should be a 400 in the beginning. And if I post nothing, it returns internal server error. Well, that's already something. That's already something. So we can use this. It should return bad. It should respond with 400 bad request on. It should, what do we have here? It should respond with a 400 bad request on no body set. That's I want to make this into a nice sentence, but it's not as easy as I was hoping it would be. Okay, so this one, it also should do nice stuff. And wait, do we have to do it like this? No, apparently not. We want to have a body send. Send an object, yeah. A string, object, or undefined. We want to send something, and we want to send const adventurer, ETO, actually, and it should be of the type something. What type should it be? Adventurer. Adventurer? Just adventurer? No. Adventurer GTO? Something like that. Now a class. How do we? I think we can just pick out of this. We provide actually everything, but why? Do we actually use everything? Oh. That's interesting. Then the adventurer. And what do we actually want to send here? I'm kind of confused right now. We want to set the username definitely, right? The experience should get set to 0, and the level should be set to 1. So is this it? Of course, I have to write things then. And we call him. What do we call him? I need a name. Let's see. Characters from. What's your favorite comic? Or like American or Japanese character? I don't know, some South Park character, or what else do we have? Wabba-dabba-dub-dub. What's the name of the Wabba-dabba? Wabba-dabba. Wabba-dabba-doo? Wabba-dabba-dub-dub. Rick and Morty character. And then we take that one. So name is to do currently. We expect 400, but we also, no, we expect 201 created, and we expect that the returned value is const adventurer response is a pick of a get adventurer DTO. We don't have that yet. Okay. One thing that we have to provide then, and we want the username Rick. Then let's take Pickle Rick. I'm a pickle, Marty. Marty, look at Marty. I'm a pickle. Why would you do that, Rick? But I'm a pickle, Marty. Look at me, I'm a pickle. Okay. So we want to have return Pickle Rick. Is that how you write them? I think it is. Pickle Rick. Yeah. It's so weird that he took the body of a. You have a pickle emoji. How rat's that? Talking about rats, yeah. It's so weird and gross that he picked. First he killed the rat, and then he took the body of it. So Pickle Rick is our man. I think we. Okay. Then other than that, we actually, yeah, I think we can just do this. Let's write. So we want to add, we expect the adventure response, but what we want on this front, so let's go here. We have this DTO, we want a get adventurer dto.ts and return username, level, and experience. And that's exactly it. Done. That was simple. Come on, come on. Ah, why do you import from the wrong place, my friend? Ah, that's actually correct. Okay, everything's fine. Never mind. Although, this one is a relative import. I think there was a fix for that. And the reason is something has to do with tsconfig. But I forgot what exactly it was. Imports. VS Code, relative imports. TypeScript, preferences, import module. This should do the trick. Oh, also works for JavaScript. So it's actually on my user settings apparently. Let me fix that for a second. And I will fix it over here because I don't know whether I have something relevant inside of my settings. Okay, no, that's fine. So here in the workspace settings, I just set this one, and let's hope it immediately works without a restart. I think there was also a solution with the help of tsconfig, but nevertheless, that should be fine. So we want this, and we want level 1. And let's see whether our tests work. No. So 201 has worked, seemingly, I think. But we also got the ID, and we also got the version. Do we actually want to expose any of these? I don't think we want to. So in that sense, what we need is this here, and we write a constructor vamps, and we say we give it everything just private, right? No, public. It should be public. And we move it here, and we can remove the definite type assertion. Comma, thank you. And like so. And now we have to, of course, use it. Oh, of course, I forgot to use it. Silly mistake there. So it updates, and then it returns a promise of an adventurer. But we actually want a promise of an adventurer DTO. So here we get the adventurer, and now we do new of adventurer. Can I do ... No, probably not. So what do we want? We want to provide the adventurer, that's fine. But we want to go into this file again, and we want, let's do from adventurer. What is from? I think it's off, right? I'm not 100% comfortable with the functional programming. paradigm, but I think the naming conventions, but I think the regular naming is off. And then we put in an adventurer, which is an adventurer. Bams. And we return a new get adventurer DTO of the adventurer dot username and adventurer dot level and adventurer dot experience. There you go. That's the interface. Oh, okay, that's fine. So we can do this and everything should be fine, but I of course have to make this into a static function, which is our factory. And now it says promise of adventurer. We have to of course await this here. And now it should work. So we can do the same for everybody else. And then that's fine. So events, we do const adventurer equals await. And then we just copy and paste this one line here. Apparently this is not an async function yet. Done. This one returns promise of any. Okay. Okay, up here we also need this. And we can do const adventurers, because now it's many. We wait it, and we have to add the async here, and then we return adventurers.map, and we take get adventurer DTO.off, and this gives us a list of get adventurer DTOs. There we go. An array. And I think that's about it. So now we have this DTO, and we're done. What if we run the tests again? It hopefully works. Or it doesn't. Adventurer validation failed. Username path, username is required. Huh, interesting. Oh, that's fine. No, our post worked. Woo, we did it. High five. And because it's a celebrative moment, we do this. It actually looks like ghosts. Yeah, maybe I should use different emojis. All right, I can just use ASCII emojis. I don't have to use the Twitch emojis. I wasn't aware of that actually. Cool. That's way better. That's way better. If you like, you can, if you want to post some emojis to me, I will use it as the exclamation mark high five command. I don't think you can use it, right? Can you? Exclamation mark HF? Yeah, I think it's not. Is it fine if you use it? Because stream elements might get blocked, but stream elements probably won't get ever gets blocked, right? Because they are so connected. So let me change that for a second, and then you can also use it. Go to my custom commands, exclamation mark high five, and it can be used by, let's see, everyone, subscriber. Suppose subscribers can do it. Wait, is subscribers followers? or subscriber something else. Can you use it now? Can you try again, please, Kusto? Eat no work. Void no work. Make it like this, saved. Once more. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It should work for me. Yeah, there we go. Oh, silly me. No, we don't know which one it was. Doesn't work. Maybe stream elements need some time. Do I have to? I did save it. Yeah, I did save it. And it can be used by everybody, apparently. But for everybody, it's not everybody, actually. Oh. Hmm. Oh. By the way, everything is online. Well, one more thing for me to learn. But if you provide me with emojis, your favorite positive emojis, I will use them as the exclamation mark HF. And let it be a lot, because it will look nicer. So what do we have here? Our post actually works. Yay! And other than that, we still want to have a bad request if our post request here is empty. Let us do that. So we actually already we're getting value out of our testing, because we see apparently if you send nothing, we get internal server errors, which is always ugly. So let's go to the controller here. Not this one, the other one. This one. And if this one is empty, because we don't have a validation pipeline, probably. Shall we set up a validation pipeline? It shouldn't be too hard, right? Like, yeah. So concerning the exclamation mark HF, feel free to post it in the chat, like a very long string. Also nice just to see it on the screen. And then I will use it. That would be of great help. And I think also fun. And I will try to make it usable by you guys. I think you can, for example, do exclamation mark online or exclamation mark user. No? Okay, maybe not. There's a list of commands, maybe. Exclamation mark commands. Aha! Aha! Yeah, you can actually use a lot of like a lot of stuff. I am surprised myself. Everybody can use HF apparently. Price 0. Huh. Why did it not work? Why did it not work? I can also, by the way, make you Kusto, make you a moderator if you like. Okay, coming back here. Validation. Validation is part of, I think, the fundamentals. Give me power. Mighty sword in hand. How can I do this? I think I just click on you. I can add a friend. That's fine. Yeah, 404 messages. You have not found messages. Sweet. I can mod you. Oh, that's it. You're a mod now. You can, for example, type !GH to like GitHub to show the GitHub thingy. Also, I think yeah, that should work. And ! commands to see the commands list. Oh, this time it worked. I don't think this is because you're a mod now. I think it just needed some time. You did it! Woo! Good job! High five! So we need a validation pipeline here. And wait, what? Validation pipeline, this one I want, and we go to main.ts. Why is there a main.js? Ah, that's a different product. We do this, and we do that, and we do this, and we save, and I think that's about it. And now, is it already fixed? It does not rerun our tests, unfortunately, if we make changes, which is kind of a bummer. Rerun. Thank you. Path username is required. Failed. Apparently it still doesn't work. Wait, what? Path username. So currently it goes down to mongoose, which is not what we want. We want it to error much earlier, namely on the HTTP level. Maybe I just have to restart this, just to be sure. Cool, !GH also works. You've got the power! So things still don't look good. Oh. I think we have to provide some configuration for the validation pipeline here. And set default for always options of decorators. Default can be overwritten in decorator options. Always. True. Dismiss default messages, enable error HTTP status code. It's 400 by default or undefined. Error. Yeah. So that seems good. Okay, let's put this on the controller. Sorry, on the create DTO. So we now have validation here, and we can do something like. Wait, what? Ah, I forgot to install class validator. Okay. I was confused there for a second that it did not pop up down here, but I have it running here on the left. So yarn add class validator, and I also want to have class transform, class validator, and together with that comes class transformer. Yeah, I want these two. Go. And did that already change something? Run again. No, it did not. is for naught, because it did not change a thing. So this one should be a string, the username. I think it should be written like this. And for whatever reason, we do not have. Come on. That. Vamps. Oops. Is string. Why? It's used. Because I did not write is string. Is string. There we go. And if I write the correct word, for whatever reason, TypeScript does not want me to import it like that. Then this one is definitely assigned because we ensure it is assigned. We actually don't want the level and the number, I think. Experience. How does it look on the schema? It has a default. Yeah, then let's go with the default. So that's our whole DTO. Okay, that's simple. Now we can go back to the tests, not this one, to the test. Where are we? There we go. Save again. And it should by now do stuff. No, why you no work? How complicated can it be to have this? Did I miss something here in validation? Let's go to the top. So we put in the pipes. We have class validator installed. Maybe I need to restart the test, because I did change a lot of internal stuff. No, that's not the issue. Validation pipeline does stuff. Okay. Pass bool, pass bin, validation pipe, blah, blah, blah. That's fine. The pipes chapter, we went through the demonstration, and here comes more interesting stuff. Exception factory transform. We want transform probably to be true. Main transform true. Thank you. Anything else? Auto validation. It's set up. Add body. See, they're using. Okay. They say use concrete classes because else we don't have metadata. Because interfaces are just gone. And I think generics as well when we actually run the code. While classes actually have do stuff at runtime. And in particular, because we have reflect metadata and installed the polyfill, it also puts actual metadata on the classes and properties and so on. When importing your DTO, you can use a type-only import. Yes, because it's a class. That's fine. Now we can add some validation rules. Okay, that's what we did. And then if we hit our endpoint with an invalid email, it errors. Huh. Why do we not? Rerun. Do we get an error if we do this, it should for invalid username. Non-string integer. Let's say integer. So we send a request and we have object here. I want to type this. I think we can actually this. Yeah, that works. Webams, like so. And we want to make this one into a number, for example, 2. And we can, so this now errors. And we want to send it, of course. And in this case, what do we get? TypeScript errors. That's fine. We can actually add TS expect error. So we know that this is actually a wrong type. And in this case, we got 200 created. Wait, what? Wait, what? He created it. Somehow our validation is not main TS. Main TS. Thank you. Our validation pipeline is not working for whatever reason. This maybe? What is wrong with it? What am I missing? Any ideas are very welcome. New validation pipeline. That's what we do. And we use a global pipe. That's what we do. And we do use add body. That's what we do. Here as well. And we say that it is a create user DTO, in our case, create adventure DTO. And we say it is a string. Do we have any options? Context always. Case if validation must be performed always, no matter the groups used. So I know this can work. If set to true validator, so whitelist boolean is set to true. So I'm currently looking at the configuration options. If set to true validator with strip validated returned object of any properties that do not use any validation decorators. That's fine as well. We can do that. Whitelist true. And for bit non-whitelisted, I think actually want this. Do we want this? There are these rules for extendability. Software, not, like extensibility in software design. And there are two basic rules. One is a client should always be allowed, a client should never be worried about additional properties. But in this case, we have the inverse, or we think about the inverse, which is where the client is allowed to send data to the server, additional data to the server. Plugins, modules, doing it concretely. Okay. Anyway, forbid unknown values. Wait, what? If set to true, instead of stripping non-whitelisted properties, validator will throw an exception. Let's do that for now, just to see that it can error. Let's do his name. It definitely does not exist. And we send it, and then it does not error. Wait, which one? Got internal server error. Everything is broken. I wonder if we get to type goose at some point. Whether we are just doing testing today. Geez, it's already 20. We're already doing 2 hours. Yeah, but speed will improve as soon as we have figured out the initial testing issues that we had. I think we are good to go. What is happening? What is happening? So this gets internal server. Let us maybe, for just a second again, move this to the bottom, and we do it manually. And we go to test. Address already in use. Actually, the server is still running over. CD server, def. Can we run the debugger? Yeah, I hope we do. Pickle note, grab note, nothing. Again, start this, and this time it worked. Let's start with post. So this should error. Entity already exists. So it went through completely, which is not what we want actually. Can we debug? I don't know how much the debugger actually helps us with debugging the validation pipeline, because it kind of runs before everything that we have, where we cannot set a breakpoint, unfortunately. Yeah, the idea is very good, but I don't know how to set a breakpoint in the validation code. What we maybe can do is add pipe, add use pipe, maybe. Param, one param class, blah blah blah. Use global stripping properties, transform. Yeah, use pipe. This is what I want for just a moment, and we go to main, not you, main TS, and we shut this one down for a second, and now we only enable it for the Sorry, not for the patch, for the post. Here we go. And in this case, it should do something, hopefully. Oops. So, better conforming, what does transform? Oh yeah, it transforms it into this TTO class, that's fine. Globally, get ID number. Auto transformation option enable, the validation will. Oh, cool. I did not know that. This is conversion, mapped types. Oh my goodness. There's actually a CRUD. I totally forgot about that. I think there's actually a CRUD recipe, a complete generator for CRUD. And we wouldn't need to write anything at all. Which is kind of amazing. But let's not do that now. Okay, so now we have the pipe only on this post. Just for the sake of being extra sure, we rerun this guy, and now with the post, it goes through for whatever reason. Why does the validation pipeline not work? Yeah, NestJS validation pipe not working. No. Resolved by removing node more. Oh, are you serious? Seriously? Seriously? Has to do with class validator. It's breaking changes. Huh. Seriously? That can't be it, right? It can't be it. No, entity already exists. So if we do this, it will just work. And it actually even sets the experience, which is weird. What am I missing here? Ah, wait. It's actually fine. Currently, I'm sending a correct. Aha! It works! So I'm just being stupid in this case. So this one works. Username must be a string. Now, if we do, what's my test? Yarn test end to end. Which? Then what happens? Oh, Jesus Christ, node modules removing and reinstalling worked. Oh, seriously? Oh, man. But good job. We did it. Woo! Nice. On that occasion, let's drink some tea. Yeah. On that occasion, I think our high five command needs a lot of teacups. Teacup. Emoji. Thank you. So I want this one. just changing things up a little. Or did you manage to find some good emojis that I can put in? So where's my list here? I think it's a custom command. So I'm going to custom commands, HF, and cheers with tea for everyone. Lots of teacups. Save. And once this is loaded, we should be able to see a lot of teacups. Okay, validation pipeline is now working. And however, currently we've only enabled it on this endpoint. Now it should not be working again. Run again, please. Yeah, fails. And if we put it on main, and we enable this here again, import the correct thing, save, and we rerun the tests, and then it failed still. Why? Oh. Why? Why? Damn it. Seriously. What am I doing wrong here? Rerun. This is working. Global pipe is not working for whatever reason. NestJS global validation pipe not working. Web primitive transformation not working. Web not working as expected. Well, let's do it like that then. I think we can do it on here, maybe, if we're lucky. Rerun the tests. Yeah, it still works. Okay, that's fine by me. Okay. So move this to the right. Now we can write some more tests. I think we got through the hard part now. So it should create an adventurer, then delete all, like so, and we can just await this one, and then we do another one here, and we send turn. So we could also just await it. That's fine as well. And I want delete, and it should be 200, I suppose. And it should send nothing, and it expects empty array. It expects nothing. It expects nothing, right? But if we expect nothing, then we should also then delete. Should create an adventurer, delete all adventurers, delete all, then return empty. So once we've done this, maybe I just copy that one. dot get expect 200 dot expect empty array. There we go. And this is the beauty of test-driven development. No, it's not test-driven, sorry. But testing with the watchdog, and when the setup works, it just flows. I love it. So we have this nice little scenario here where we actually see everything. Actually, only we test delete. Yeah, whatever, works. Did we forget something? I think we also have a post. And in this place, I would like to remove this. Should create post and adventure, then get empty array. It should create post. It should respond with on post, and should respond with 400 on nobody sent on post, or nobody sent. Let's say, is it empty body? No, it's not empty body, right? It's nobody. And initially it should get an empty list of adventurers. And I think, do we have everything? I think we don't have a get, right? Then get it. So we can also do a wait here and put an async. Thank you. And then we do a wait for return request app.get http server dot get \adventurers thank you dot expect 200 and expect, and now comes the fun part, array of adventurers. There we go. Let's make these returns into awaits just for the sake of consistency. I like it better if it's consistent. And we also don't have to change anything in that case, if we want to extend it, as you have seen. So I think we've completely tested our controller now. No, we didn't. We have patched still. And we want to patch it with experience. And if we patch it with experience, it should update patch and adventurer. That's it. And a function that awaits a request. Let me just copy and paste the post. And instead of post, we say patch. And we say make this an async function. We also, I think, need these two guys here. Bams. And then we don't want the create, we want the patch or update. Did I call it update? Yeah, I called it update. Perfect. Adventure DTO, adventure response. and we give it 9001 because it's over 9000 of experience. 9001. It needs some more. It also needs a username because it does not go by. It uses the username to identify, so it's not really a REST API in this case. In this case, we get a server error. Bum, bum, bum. Because it does not exist. Of course, we need to create it before. So for that, I need essentially you. And response, eventually a created response, maybe. Created. There we go. And then this one becomes adventurer updated response. And adventurer update DTO, and this one's our adventurer create DTO. Like this. So this is all set up. This is the actual what we want to test. A newly created adventurer. Okay. So what do we have here? We first create an adventurer, and in this case, let's just do it like this, and then we update the adventurer with experience 9001, and it should return us the adventurer, but now with the experience set correctly. This should not be 201, but I think 200, just 200, right? HTTP patch status code. I think it's just 200. It's just a success, right? What do you usually use? Oops. 204. Because the 200 response could have contained a payload body. We do want the payload body, so I think 200 is just fine. Let's see, what do we have here? Okay, created, accepted, whatever. Never seen that one. No content, reset content, partial content. Yeah, so I think 200 is perfect. Like so. And one more thing that we want to have is it should patch a newly created adventurer. It should return 400 bad request on for I don't think we will need to create anything in that case. Yeah, for malformed or for non-integer experience. So we have to update like so, and our response should be 400, and that's about it. And if we make this, for example, into 1 9001.1. Yeah, the sum tab is, I guess, for the status code. And now we see that we do not have this. That is string. For whatever reason, my type inference does not work here. I want class validator. That is string with a capital. Thank you. Thank you. Can it be empty? Why does it not? Is empty. If it's empty string, null, or undefined. Yeah. We want this one as well. So it is a string and it is, wait, it's not empty. Is not empty. This one we want. As well as it is integer. And we go. This integer does not exist. Is integer? Is int. Just int, okay. Why would you use complete words? And I think that's about it. So from here, we see that we've missed one case for the GTO. For empty username. But this is not even an error, I suppose. Username. Name. Now I changed too much, but most of them worked, which is good. Yeah, so this one worked. No, empty username is fine. Or what? It gave us an internal server error. Yeah. Because this one is still missing. Weirdness. On that one, rerun A. And that's it. And now we also have, if it's a non-integer, it's also errors. Cool. Yeah, I think we've covered most things now. What I would like to do is, to be honest, slightly refactor the patch part, because it always has this. No, it doesn't always. Okay. Well, whatever. It works. Stage. And wait, package JSON. Wait, what? Wait, what? I installed it in the wrong place. Seriously? That's the... Wait, what? Oh, Jesus. That's why it's not working. Oh, I installed it in the wrong package. Yeah, because I have like this is a subdirectory server, and I installed it up here, the class validator stuff instead of inside of the server. Sorry about that. Sorry about that one. Then it's actually interesting that it's working. On the other hand, to be honest. So, yarn, do your thing. It's actually interesting that it was working. So you are wrong. Throw it away. Throw this one inside there. Throw that one inside there. This looks good now. So probably, if I now go into my DTO, for example, here, which is wrongly named. Yes, do your thing. Okay. And because now I can probably do it is, yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so that problem's also solved. Can I get back to my terminal here? Thank you. That problem's also solved. Hopefully our tests still run. Incremental support for decorators is a feature. Is it not enabled? It's true. Whatever. Works. Okay. So now what? Let's stage everything here. We do have our update. It all runs. Everything is fine. And if I look into this, it also still actually works on on this level. Cool. Now, what's next? We already streamed like 2 hours and 21 minutes. I could continue after like a 5-minute break, and we can start with type goose. Was it type goose? Yeah. But we could also stop right here and continue next week. One thing that I would like to try just once more is to put the validation pipeline inside of here, because maybe my problem was just that I've put it in the right place due to the missing types from, what is it? Validator, class validator, that's it. Use global pipe like so. So we make this, and then we say transform true. Yeah, vamps. Install this one. And if I run the tests, let's see whether it worked or not. It didn't. Whatever. Then we don't do this. Fortunately, we staged everything. We can just do that. And that works. So this is episode 7 and episode 9 in a sense. Tests. Or actually we changed, fixed. In my humble opinion, we fixed errors on patch and post, on Yeah, for invalid bodies. I think that's what we pretty much did. So what do you guys think? Finish for today, or make just a break of 5 minutes and then get into type goose, which is fun as well, I think. So let's put this one into the chat as well. And then we would go over to type goose. Here we go. Yep. So I'll be back in 2 minutes. And then I'll see your answer. Oh, here we go again. Because said his brain is kind of fried. Yeah, I can imagine. We did quite a lot of stuff. I think we have a pretty good setup for our tests, which I just broke again. I hope they run now. Yeah, not. Wait, what? Okay, perfect. Yeah, so let's make a break here. I also have my cake here, as well as tomorrow is a holiday in Berlin, which means I need to go to the grocery store again. Because I was lazy and didn't do it on my day off, while I had all the time in the world. But nevertheless, yeah,